Today, I want to invite you into the most sacred classroom any of us will ever enter. Not a university, not a business seminar, not a conference hall, but the classroom of marriage. And at the heart of this classroom, there is one subject, one lesson, one lifelong study that every couple must wrestle with: love. But not love as a fleeting feeling, not love as fireworks in the night sky that fade with the dawn, not love as romantic cliches plastered across movies and greeting cards. No, I am talking about the daily choice, the intentional act, the spiritual discipline of learning how to love your spouse in a way that they actually feel loved. And that is where we encounter what drive Gary Chapman so beautifully revealed to the world: the 5 love languages. Why love languages matter. Every person in this room speaks a native emotional dialect. You learned it from your upbringing, your personality, your deepest wiring. Some of us crave words. Others crave time. Some need a touch on the hand, a gift left on the counter, or a shoulder offered when the world feels too heavy. And here lies the paradox of marriage. We often love our spouse the way we want to be loved, not the way they need to be loved. That mismatch is the birthplace of loneliness in marriage. It is why couples who truly love one another can drift apart, not because love is gone, but because love has gone untranslated. If you want your marriage to thrive, if you want passion to last, if you want your home to echo with joy instead of silence, then you must become fluent in the love language of your spouse. So today, let us walk hand in hand through these 5 languages, not merely as concepts but as doorways to transformation. And as we do, may you find not just a deeper understanding of your partner, but also the courage to practice love in ways that heal, restore, and inspire. 1. Words of affirmation. Let us begin with the first language, words of affirmation. For some hearts, words are not decoration, they are oxygen. To these souls, silence feels like starvation. But a word of encouragement, a whisper of appreciation, a declaration of, "I'm proud of you. I believe in you. I'm grateful for you," that is fuel that carries them through valleys and storms. But here is the tragedy: too often in marriage, our words grow careless. We speak criticism more fluently than praise. We point out what is wrong more than we celebrate what is right. And in the process, we wound the very soul we vowed to protect. If your spouse's love language is words of affirmation, then your speech is sacred ground. Your tongue has the power to lift or to crush, to inspire or to discourage. Every day, you hold in your mouth either the balm that heals or the poison that scars. So speak life, speak gratitude, speak truth. Compliment them not just on what they do, but on who they are. Remind them of their worth, not just on anniversaries but in the ordinary Tuesday mornings. Because for the spouse who lives on words, silence is not golden. Silence is abandonment. 2. Quality time. The second language is quality time. We live in a world of distractions. Phones buzzing, emails piling, screens glowing, schedules bursting. And yet, the one thing your spouse may be craving is the one thing that cannot be rushed, cannot be downloaded, cannot be multitasked: your undivided attention. For the person whose language is quality time, love is spelled time. It is not about being in the same house, or sitting on the same couch while both of you scroll endlessly. No, it is about presence, full, intentional, eye-to-eye, heart-to-heart presence. Think about it: how many couples eat dinner across from each other yet never truly look at one another? How many sit side by side in bed, but are galaxies apart in soul because their attention is swallowed by a glowing screen? If your spouse longs for quality time, then what they are asking is not for hours you cannot give, but for moments you will not squander. A walk after dinner. A coffee shared without interruptions. A question asked, followed by silence that listens deeply. For them, attention is affection. And when you give it, you are not just spending time, you are investing eternity. 3. Acts of service. The third language is acts of service. For some, love is not proven by what you say or even how much time you spend, it is proven by what you do. Don't just tell me you love me. Show me, help me, carry the load with me. If your spouse speaks this language, then an empty sink might shout louder than a bouquet of roses. A hand offered in the chaos of parenting might speak more affection than a poem. A chore quietly done, a task completed without being asked, is a love letter written not in ink but in sweat. But here's the key: an act of service is not about servitude, it is about sacrifice. It is about saying, "Your well-being matters enough that I will inconvenience myself for your joy." In marriage, small things are big things. A door opened, a meal cooked, a light bulb changed. For the partner who thrives on acts of service, these are not chores, they are sonnets. So ask yourself, do I see the needs of my spouse? Do I offer help not because I have to, but because I choose to? Because every dish washed, every bag carried, every floor swept is not about cleanliness. It is about care. 4. Physical touch. The fourth love language is physical touch. From the moment we are born, touch is the first language we ever learn. A baby cradled in arms feels security before they understand words. And in marriage, touch continues to whisper what words cannot always express. You are safe. You are mine. You are loved. But touch is more than sexuality, though intimacy is part of it. For the spouse who speaks this language, it is the hand on the small of their back, the kiss on the forehead before leaving, the hug at the doorway, the brush of fingers during a drive. These gestures are not trivial. They are lifelines. Do not underestimate the power of holding your spouse's hand in public, of wrapping your arms around them when life feels heavy. For the one whose soul hears love through skin, absence of touch feels like absence of care. And let me say this plainly, physical touch is not about possession, it is about presence. It is not about control, it is about comfort. And when you offer it freely, with tenderness and consistency, you speak to the deepest part of your spouse's being. You are not alone. 5. Receiving gifts. Finally, we arrive at the fifth language, receiving gifts. Now, some misunderstand this language, dismissing it as materialistic. But let me tell you the truth, it is not about the price tag. It is about the symbol. For those who cherish gifts, each present is a tangible reminder, I was thinking of you. I see you. You are worth the effort. It could be a flower picked from the yard, a handwritten note slipped into a bag, a small trinket brought home from a trip. What matters is not the size but the significance. To the spouse who speaks this language, gifts are anchors of memory. They are physical tokens that say, even when you were not with me, you were with me in my heart. So do not ignore this language. It is not greed. It is gratitude made visible. And when you honor it, you are saying, my love for you deserves expression in both word and object, in both heart and hand. The real work of marriage. Now, after hearing these 5 languages, some of you may be tempted to say, well, my spouse and I already love each other. Do we really need to learn all this? Yes. And here's why. Love that is unspoken in your spouse's language will feel invisible. Love that is not received in their dialect will feel incomplete. Imagine standing in a foreign country, speaking your language passionately, eloquently, endlessly, but no one around you understands a word. That is what happens in marriage when we refuse to learn our partner's language. We are speaking, but they are not hearing. Marriage is not about convenience. It is about translation. It is about learning not just what fills your own cup, but what fills the cup of the one you vowed to cherish. And let me remind you, love is not about waiting until you feel like it. Love is a choice you make even when emotions flicker. The world says love is a spark. But I tell you, love is a fire you tend. Sparks fade. Fires burn when you add wood daily. Learning your spouse's love language is the wood. It is the daily discipline that keeps the flame alive. So let me challenge you today. Go home, and ask your spouse, what is your love language? What makes you feel most cherished? And then listen, not defensively, not dismissively, but humbly. Then, here is the key, practice it. Not once, not twice, but daily, until it becomes second nature. Until it becomes the rhythm of your marriage. Because marriage is not built on grand gestures once a year. It is built on small acts of love every single day. The fruit of learning love languages. What happens when you do this? Loneliness turns into connection, resentment turns into gratitude, distance turns into closeness, and ordinary days turn into holy ground. Because when your spouse feels seen, they thrive. And when they thrive, your marriage thrives. So, let us not merely talk about love. Let us translate it. Let us not merely wait for feelings. Let us choose it. Words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, receiving gifts, 5 languages, 1 mission, to love your spouse in a way that their heart can hear. And if you commit to this, not just today, not just this month, but for the rest of your life, then your marriage will not merely survive. It will flourish, it will shine, it will become a testimony to the world that love is not lost, that commitment is not dead, that joy in marriage is still possible. So I leave you with this question, what language will you speak today? Choose it, practice it, live it, and may your marriage become the masterpiece it was meant to be. Thank you.